Hey witches, so I wanted to do a little video about protection spells. I wanted to do some of these on camera, but my mom got sick. She's in the hospital right now, and I have been busy with that, if you know what I mean. So unfortunately, I'm just going to do it this way because I still want to get this out to keep my normalcy of what I had planned for tonight. So some protection spells. We all need these from the moment we stick our antenna out there into the spiritual world. The minute you pick up a crystal with an intention, the minute you touch a deck of tarot cards, the minute you touch a pendulum or a spirit board, you open that portal, and you need protection spells because you open yourself up to a world of stuff, and not all of it is great. So the first thing that you can do is a protection spell for a person. I have several. So for a person, what you need is a color photo of them. If you have a black and white photo, it symbolizes death. So never use black and white photos in spells. You can use one on an ancestral altar or something, but not in spells. Unless you wanted the person, unless you were doing painful magic. But please don't do that. You need a white candle. You need basil incense and a holder. You can also use loose basil with a charcoal disc and a cauldron. If you don't have basil incense, they're not the easiest thing to find. You need a protective crystal. There are tons of those. I like to use anything black tourmaline, black obsidian. Those are my favorites. But you can do whatever is most protective to you. You need to cleanse that area, consecrate, and charge your tools with the intention of protection and protecting that person, that specific person. You need to focus all of your thoughts on those tools, consecrate them, and charge them to do that and that alone. Don't let your thoughts wander. When I was doing the thing I just did for my mom, it was so fucking hard because my mind was wandering everywhere, and I've never had that much trouble concentrating on a spell before. It was crazy. But you've got to do that stuff. So you can cast your circle. That's optional in protection spells. I would suggest you do your circles, and they're optimal on full moons. But you don't have to do the full moon. Just make sure it's waxing. But don't worry about the day of the week. Don't worry about anything else. Protection spells, just do it because you need it, especially if you've never done one and it's your first one. Get it done ASAP. So first, imagine your loved one. So this would be for them, not you. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. First, imagine your loved one surrounded in a radiant white light. So you're doing a lot of visualization there. Sorry, guys, my mind is fucked up right now. Okay, no bad energy or negative influence can permeate this light. Carve and dress the candle. You might want to use a homemade protection oil. I have a recipe that I'll share with you. It's just the protective herbs that I did with the blend. I put it in an oil. That's all I did. I also sell it if you're interested, but that's not what this is about. So you want to dress that candle, carve the candle, put in the candle the person's name, the person's birthday, and write the word protection. Do a rune that that resonates with you, that you think will work with the spell, whatever you want to carve in there, but make sure you have their name and their birthday. So you're going to put the picture out and everything. You're going to light the incense. You're going to add the candle. You're going to say, Goddess protect, and then the person's name every day, when at work and when at play, as they sleep and as they love. Bring their name again, protection from above, and then focus on the flame and envision that person being surrounded by that white protective light again. You want to picture that protective light surrounding their mind, their body, and their spirit. You want your loved one to be just completely enveloped in that light. Place the crystal in their room. So you've charged that crystal to protect them. You want to put it in a room. If it's a child that you want to protect, like I've done this on my daughter, something similar to this, take this and hide it like behind their windowsill or somewhere up high in their room so they don't lose it or put it in their mouth. You don't want to do that. So, and let the candle burn all the way down, and I would bury the remains because you're bringing in protection. If you wanted to add a tag lock of that person, their hair, their blood, their nail clippings, that would be great too. So next, I had to include a pet protection spell because my cat is family. You know that too if you have a familiar. So a note, the cat, I wrote down something funny, but if you're doing a protection spell on a cat, you want to call in Bast. She's wonderful. Her energy is so playful. She's great to work with. If it's a dog and you're not afraid of a strong, powerful goddess you're gonna feel that energy. It's way different. It's wonderful, but it's way different. If you're comfortable with that, you want to call in Hecate, because she is all about dogs. Bass is all about cats. So this spell is best cast on a Friday, since it's the day for love. It would be great to do it during the hour of Venus as well. Of course, a full moon is optimal, but protection spells are best done during a waxing moon. Some people will say it's a waning moon because it's taking away the negative, but I like to look at it as bringing in protection. So, like I said earlier, it really doesn't matter when you do a protection spell, because you need to do it. It's important. So anyway, sorry guys, I don't know what happened. But anyway, I was saying, some people say it's best to do during a waning moon because it's taking away negative things. But I like to look at it as bringing in protection. So waxing moon, but you need to do a protection spell as soon as possible. So anyway, you could actually do both. You could do it once during one and once during the other. One focusing on getting rid of the bad and one focusing on bringing in the good. But anyway, you're going to need a purple candle and jasmine incense. You can use protection oil. It's optional. You can buy it or you can make it again. You will need that for all of these. So cleanse your area. Cleanse, charge, consecrate. I cannot talk. And charge your tools with the intention of protection. Cast your circle. Carve the name of the pet and anoint the candle. It'd be great if you had a tag lock, or you could get the cat in the room with you, or you had some fur. And then what you're going to do is you're going to light your candle and your incense. Imagine your pet surrounded by violet light and protected wherever he or she may go. Let the candle, sorry, that was my dryer. Let the candle burn down. Bury any leftovers by the biggest tree in your yard. So a home protection spell. You will need 4 copper pennies for this spell. Cleanse them, consecrate them, and charge them. During a full moon or a waning moon, it says, we'll use that. I found 2 of these that said waning moon. I just kind of disagree with that. It's just my own fault, my own thoughts, and my own witchy head. But go outside and locate the north, south, east, and west corners of your home. You can use an app, the compass app thingy on your phone. But you're going to bury a penny at each corner. And I'd bury them heads up because that symbolizes luck. That's just me. But copper is a sacred metal to all of the goddesses of the home, the hearth, and domesticity. So it's going to also bring in love because it's also sacred to Venus, which is the goddess of love. It also has the power to protect you from evil, negativity, and repel robbers and thieves. It's a magnet for prosperity and abundance, so it's going to help you draw it into your home. And you can also do that same spell to your car. But I have another one for an object which you could use on your car. So you will need the object you want to be protected and your power to visualize. Focus with great intent and concentrate on the object. Visualize an intense violet light emanating from your forefinger. Draw a pentagram or pinnacle. Draw a pinnacle, not a pentagram, a pinnacle with your finger over the object while saying, with this light, this blank is protected day and night. And then you're going to say, you will never be lost, stolen, or come what may. Draw, and then you're going to draw 2 more pentagrams over the object, and then finish the spell with so mote it be. So that one's like free. You don't have to do anything, but it would work. And then this one is specifically for your car. So you will need a dragon figure. I'm going to do this. I just ordered one from AliExpress or eBay for like $5. It's made of black obsidian. It's a carved necklace. It's pretty cool. So it can be anything that you can keep in your car. A copper dragon or a dragon carved out of a protective crystal would be would hold even more protective power. You also want something to use to hang it from your rearview mirror. That's why a necklace is optional. That's why I chose the one that I chose. I'll include the link to that particular necklace in the description. So what you're going to do is you're going to cleanse and consecrate and charge the actual dragon and whatever you're going to hang it up with. Hold it in your hand and visualize it protecting your car from accidents, theft, vandalism, damage, storms, and tickets. But drive safely because it doesn't make you invisible or invincible to cops, okay? So focus, or it doesn't make you not have a wreck and die. Focus for several minutes until your hands are warm and tingling and you're feeling the magic. Hang on to the dragon Hang the dragon from your rearview mirror and ask the power of spirit of the dragon to protect you and your car at all times. Then, visualize the car surrounded in a bright white light. You may wish to cleanse the car out with sage or Palo Santo. I recommend Palo Santo. And you also probably want to, when you're consecrating the dragon, run it through some dragon's blood incense. That'd be cool to consecrate it that way. But anything you want to use is fine. So the most protective herbs, I wanted to include some herbs and resins, so you could add to any of these spells. Rosemary, angelica root, basil, blackberry, dandelion, pennyroyal, black salt, onion, dragon's blood, frankincense, myrrh, and copal. And then your crystal stones and minerals: iron, copper, tiger's eye, onyx, selenite, agate. Why do I say agate? Agate, amber, amethyst, aquamarine, aventurine, diamond, emerald, garnet, obsidian, which we know. And then the gods and goddesses: Angus, Anubis, Ares, Athena, Bast, Brigid, Diana, Horus, Ishtar, Isis, Juno, Justia, Kali, Loki, Lu, Mars, Neptune, Sekhmet, Thor, Venus, and Hecate. Hecate. So you could also do protection charms, amulets, and talismans. I have one that's an onion braid. You will need onions with the green tops. You can use the scallions and 4 feet of twine. You're going to get all your items ready, make them sacred, and charge them. Make sure they're cleansed. You're going to fold the twine in half and then hold it in the middle and make a little loop so you can hang it. You're going to braid the 2 pieces of twine and the onion greens together. As you do this, focus on the intention of protection intensely. Say, onions wrapped as a braid, this charm from my home I have made. Keep negativity and evil away from me. As I will it, so mote it be. You should always be wearing some type of protection talisman or amulet. Make sure you charge them under the full moon whenever you can. And some extras I have: you can sprinkle black salt around your home and keep some in your car to keep bad things and bad people out. Make your own oil, protective oil, and add a drop of blood to amplify its magic. You can also use it to anoint candles during these spells. You can apply it to your third eye or add it to your baths. You can plant bamboo plants around your house in pots. You can also fill it with the correspondences, seal the ends with wax, and place it in your home or car. I'm going to do that on camera. I actually stole some bamboo from the zoo. But then we have the 2 classics that witches have been doing for protection since the beginning, okay? Of witches' protection bottles. So you're going to use prickly sharp items. You can use witches' burrs, nails, rusty nails, bent push pins, bent nails, thorns, anything sharp, anything that's just kind of that's a repellent. You can use your own urine. Some people will use vinegar because they're grossed out by that, but if you use your urine, it ties that protection bottle directly to you, okay? So all of mine are urine. I'll just tell you that. So you're going to need some red and black string. Traditionally, that's what witches put in there. You do not have to, but the idea is that the negativity and evil and everything, it gets tangled up in those pieces of string, and it cannot escape the bottle once you do that. And you also need a jar. Mason jar works fine, whatever you have. It's the most effective to make 4 of these. Charge them under the full moon and bury one in each corner of your yard, north, south, east, and west. You do want to, when you finish making it, you want to go ahead and seal it with a white candle that's been charged with the intent of protection as well. To just set it on top, let it burn down, and let the wax melt down. But do that 4 times and put one in each corner of your home. And then if you don't have a yard, if you're in an apartment or a dorm, just keep it in a safe, secret place. So the last one is my favorite, the Sea Witch's Protection Bottle. I'm going to do this one on camera because I bought back a lot of stuff from the beach and have not used it yet. So you need to cleanse out your jar, whatever you're going to use. You need to consecrate your jar. You don't really have to charge the jar, but you do need to make it sacred. So you're going to take the salt water from the ocean, directly from the ocean. You can't use salt water that you make. It just won't work the same. So if you don't have any actual seawater, do the first jar. So you take that, put that in there. If you wanted to add a tag lock, you can. Any tag locks, if you wanted to do one from each family member, you could. But put the tag locks in there. Put the sharp, pokey items from the beach in there. You can use shark's teeth. You can use driftwood splinters, pieces of coral that have been smashed up that are sharp, and broken shells, and anything else you find at the beach that is pokey. So take those items, add them in. Add some of that protective herb blend. Any of the herbs that I mentioned earlier, you can add to any of these spells. You can also make an oil out of them and use that. But put everything in the jar. Charge the jar with the intent of protection, or the jars if you're doing 4. And then take that, put a white candle on top, let the candle burn down, and then just do that the same way that you would have done the witch's bottle. So do that. If you do 4, bury them in each corner of your yard. If you just do 1, just pick somewhere nice to bury it, put it there. And then the last one I have is a bath. So whenever you're feeling like you have some evil eye on you, or just you've had just a shitty day and people putting their negativity on you, you can take this bath. Or you can just take it to bring in protection. Or you can take it before you do any of the rituals that I've said, or any of the spells that I've said. I guess most of those were spells. So you can take this bath before any of those. So you're going to take a white candle, inscribe it with the word protection. You can anoint it if you would like with the protective oil, if you made some. And then just sit it beside the tub. Light some incense. Whatever you love is fine. Just use a scent that's going to relax you. And then you're going to fill the tub. Put about a half a cup of salt. Doesn't matter what kind of salt. Salt is fine, any kind. Put the salt in there, and then add the protective herbs. I would do an herbal infusion, like a really strong tea, and put that in there so you can really extract the properties of the herbs. You could do a little sachet with the herbs, however you like to do your ritual baths. So do that, light the candle, light the incense. You might want to sage or Palo Santo the room out first. But once you've got everything ready, get in the tub and focus on that candle. Just lie there in the water and look at that candle and focus on protection. Envision yourself being enveloped in a white light. Maybe even call upon a goddess and ask her to aid you in the protection. You could say a little spell or adapt any of the little spells that I've said to just protect yourself. And then as you're finishing up, drain the water, and as the water goes down the drain, just imagine all that crap leaving you, and then watch it go down the drain, and then you are good to go. If you want to rinse off in the shower, you can, but I would suggest trying to just keep that stuff on you as long as possible. So I think that's all that I have, witches, and blessed be. Bye.